I have 24 minutes left. Okay, good. We haven't even gotten started. I'm already late.
Ed.
Okay, scoot over, man. Would you be so kind? Why don't somebody grab a mic here? Because we're going to need for you all to talk into your microphones. You know that? So grab a mic and play with it. Ooh. Hey guys, y'all going to be worldwide in just a second. Actually, you're worldwide right now. You just don't know it. But when I introduce the band, by all means, act like you know them.
I feel worldwide.
I'll trade you. I'll trade you. No. It wasn't meant to be like that. All right, you guys ready? Everybody ready? Out of sight. Hey, listen. Yeah, baby. Live audience in San Antonio, Texas. We're San Antonio Musicians Talk Show Network, session number 113, and who would have thunk it, man? Who would have thunk it? So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to session 113 for San Antonio Musicians Talk Show Network. I'm Ed Ocampo Sr., your host and originator, coming to you live from Snoops Tavern, 10726 Perrin Bottle Road here in the lovely city of San Antonio. Now, we're ever so glad that you were able to make it, and naturally this evening we strive to bring the best in live musical talent, and unfortunately we didn't do it this evening. They didn't show.
A wise guy.
They didn't show up. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Insomnia, ladies and gentlemen. Insomnia, baby. We've got Jeffrey Doyle as actually the core of the band. He is a good friend, and also with Val and his brother Jerry. They are all Insomnia together. Now, I understand that there's been two guys that are favorites here. There's Val and there's Maria Bosques, who's sitting right over here, the lovely Maria Bosques. They've been on the show about 2 or 3 times each, and have been, major constants. So we're really grateful for them. It's people like them that make this world go round. And I don't know about the rest of y'all, but we're trying to push it. We're trying to push it. So anyway, we're just happy to have them now. Val also. He started off on the Hill Country Radio with me before we went worldwide. This is worldwide, and he's a fabulous bass player, singer, so he thinks, and he's actually a part of my old band, the Crystal Winter Band. He did sing in for Rick Rod, and he did a fabulous job.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. And then, of course, we have Jeff Doyle, who is the classic rock guitarist, of all time. This cat can do everything. Everything in his sleep. Everything in his sleep. And he's been all over the place. He's been backing artists such as Pat Travers. There's a whole list of others.
I forget how many.
But Pat was
UFO, Budgie, Night Ranger, just too many. And Jerry's done more than I have. So
I was out there with UFO last night. I was way out there. Thanks. Damn, it takes y'all a while, doesn't it? Damn, and you should have been right on that. Thank you, sir. And anyway, thank you. Thank you, Jerry. And he's holding his own as the slasher of the Insomnia bunch. So that's Jeff Doyle. Now, Jerry Doyle, the brother of Jeffrey, is on the trap set.
Yeah,
he's
Jerry.
right behind us. Give it up for Jerry. So 1970 what? 74, Ludwig?
71.
71. Oh, cheating on you, man. 71, Ludwig. That's a good year. That was the year that Led Zeppelin broke up.
71?
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. All right. God, for crying out loud.
Slightly off there.
Don't get all upset with me. Anyway, that's my brother drummer. He's still a timekeeper, and us timekeepers, we stick together. I don't care what anybody says. See how he just dropped a stick? Okay.
Caught it.
It's been a while, but he caught it. And, I'm really happy to have him on the show as well. Maria Bosques, my gal pal, she's the percussionist and is a return guest on the show as well.
I'm the pretty one.
The pretty one, yeah. The one with the pretty long hair. Not the other long hair.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. So anyway, she's a return, and now on top of being a great percussionist, Maria is also backed up my civil rights organization, LULAC, along with Brother Val. So I want you to know these guys are civic-minded. They really care about your community. And they showed it to me by standing up and standing behind me and giving me all the support that I needed when I really did need it. And moreover, to represent, on a numbers level, that's the most important thing. So anyway, aside from that, sound man, right? Singer. No, we've got a lead singer over here. Yes. Lead singer. And
Super Dave.
Super Dave.
Yeah, Dave, PK right here.
Where did you go, Dave?
Mr. Dave Donnie.
Thank you. Thanks.
I have you down here. I know I do. It's under questions.
Dave Donnie.
It's okay. Thanks. You can be hired at any time. It's Dave Daney.
Donnie.
Didn't I say Donnie? Anyway, that name too, Dave Donnie. He's a vocalist. He's a fantastic guru on sound reinforcement. Now, David, how long have you been an insomniac?
What is it, Jeff? About 10 months?
Yeah,
Starting
Dave.
September.
Dave sang with us off and on for pretty much the whole time.
7 years.
This last time he's joined has been about close to a year.
What kind of voice? Is it a high voice, low voice,
Yeah,
Both.
he sings like a
slasher?
girl.
Like a girl? Thank
Yeah,
God
a
he-
girl, not a girly man.
Well,
Yeah, but we like that.
Well, thank God he didn't dress like one. So long as he didn't dress like a girl, we were okay. Okay, so I don't think that I've ever heard a bad show out of these guys yet. I hope it doesn't start with you.
Man.
No, never with me. Never with me.
All right. No, I know you, and I've heard you, and I've seen you around the circuit. So I know how important that this show is going to be in just a short while. And in fact, they do get an opportunity to throw down some tribute shows in just a short while, because these guys, that's what they do, man. They play rock and roll like no other rock and roll band that I know in San Antonio, Texas. Not kidding, man. So I got a couple of questions for the guys, and we're just going to go through this real quick. So Val, since you joined my LULAC council, you had become Miss Valmora. Remember that? Remember that?
How
No,
appropriate.
That's when I put my hair on you, dude.
He did, but we got his LULAC card back, and it said Mrs. Valmora, and Val took it to me. He says, "You're the president." I said, "I like the name. It's got a
It's
good
all
ring to
good.
it."
It's all good, whatever works.
Got a nice ring to it.
Val.
I think they saw you from behind, man.
That's what it is.
That's what it was. They saw you from behind, thought Mrs.
My sexy behind.
Yeah, man. So
Behind the scenes.
almost brings you back when you used to babysit me. Remember?
Oh, Ed. And I say,
Oh well, it happened. It's on show number 2, and we're going to be selling these shows, so you'll actually hear him talk about how he babysat me. So personally, I think that they just got to see him from behind, and the rest is history.
you
and-
wear it well. What can I
Yeah,
say?
and actually he did throw his hair on top of my head, which is going bald. That day I had a lot of hair. Remember? It was funny.
You look good, man. You look good.
Well, I don't any longer. That's the problem. So anyway, yeah, Val, you started with your mom. You have some heritage, the piano at home.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about how she influenced you.
Well, can I say she had the piano always there in the front room, so we had something to bang on all the time. And Mom, can I say she inspired, what can I say? She's Mom,
Yeah,
the original,
and we
my
follow.
origin. And what can I say? We're talking like 9. I think I was 9 when I started on the piano with her.
Wow. I started playing when I was like 2 or 3 years old. Of course, I didn't know what I was playing, but I did.
That's drummer, right?
Yeah, drummer. And so you get a lot of hot coals on the fire, man. I know there's some talk about some trapeze reunion that you may or may not. It's rumored.
Yeah,
It's
that's a
rumored,
reboot.
you
That's a
know.
reboot.
Reboot.
Our friend RK, Rob Kendrick, wants to reboot his band, Trapeze. I told him I'd help him and see what happens. Just keeping the vistas open.
That would be neat.
Yeah.
Can I be your roadie? I'm just saying. I just want to be close to somebody. Anyway, hey, cut it out. It's my show.
Oh, thanks.
Jeffrey.
Ed?
Man, it's good to see you. No, but it is. It's good to see Jeff because he's been wanting to be on the show for about a year and a half, right? It's been about a year
Yeah, probably.
and a half.
Yeah, well, it's been a
We've
little
been
longer
going.
than that.
We've
but
been going
yeah.
on for about a year and a half.
We've been
it's been
talking about
something
it for a
from
long
the
time, so,
beginning. From
yeah.
the beginning, because there's nobody better to have as a guitar player.
Right.
Is the way
Thank
I
you,
feel
sir.
about
I
it.
agree.
Honest.
Thank you.
So you got to be one of the best freaking guitarists in the city of San Antonio. How long did it take you to get there, man?
Oh,
'Cause
gosh. Well,
you're still doing it.
I started when I was 10, of course, and that's all I really wanted to do. You know, I saw a friend of my older brother's play guitar, and I was, blown away by it. And I thought, well, that's what I'm going to do. And
The Beatles.
well, no, actually, the first song and solo, Chris Geppert was the first guitar player I ever saw play lead guitar.
That's cool.
And of course, we now know he's Christopher Cross.
Yep.
And the first song I saw him play a solo on was Riding the Storm Out by REO Speedwagon.
Oh, wow.
And I just told myself, well, that's the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. Excuse me if this is on the internet, but I knew when I was 10 that that's what I wanted to do. And I was just very blessed in that sense. By the time I was 18, I was on the road with the band, and it's just, I was obsessed with it. So
That's the other thing. What would you have been had you not been a musician? Because that is all you know. But I mean, what else do you do?
well, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a fireman.
Yeah,
So,
Fireman?
red-haired
Yeah.
fireman.
That's an honorable thing. That's an underachiever partner says. Speaking to the mic, man. That's part of the show. Yeah, that's an underachiever. All of my cousins are firefighters. It's true. Hey, so you play a Les Paul. Why?
right.
Why
That's
a Les Paul? I mean, out of it, you do a Strat up sideways. I know you could.
Well, I never could play Strats. They just didn't seem to fit my hand. And then, of course, my heroes when I was growing up was Jimmy Page was one, and I always had
knew
the
it.
Cherry Sunburst.
I knew
And,
it.
of course, Gary Richrath from REO Speedwagon always had the Cherry Sunburst. And
Riff Raff.
so always wanted a Cherry Sunburst, and just always liked Les Pauls.
I had a cherry sunburst once. I let her go. I let her go. I divorced her. She was a bitch. Thank you.
There's
Thanks, Jeff. She
Jerome.
was a biscuit, man. I'll tell you. Now, but anyway, how long have you been playing, and what's your advice to garage bands that are trying to make it out there? Because it's tough nowadays.
Well, if I told you how long I've been playing, that would give my age away, but I'm not ashamed of it. I've been playing for 44 years.
Holy
That's old. That's old, man.
But any advice that I would give to anyone that's starting up or just starting out in the garage, just like we started when Jerry and I started playing, if it's really what you want to do, make sure you love it because it's a hard business. Be true to your music and just practice.
Get a job.
And then get a job.
Yeah, and have something to fall back on just in case.
Yeah.
So.
I had a